All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at Masters of the Universe Origins Clawful. One of my one of my favorite stupid Masters of the Universe puns, Clawful. It's great. He's good. He's just a big old lobster man. And yeah, he looks really good. I love the sculpting here on the head sculpt. He has a really nasty looking facial expression. Lots of little textured detail there with the skin. He's got, you know, like lobsters or crabs sometimes do. I think this is mostly a crab thing, having the two different size claws there, even though I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like a lobster man, but maybe I just think that because he's red. I don't know. But he's got the two different size claws there, and they both look pretty good. This is where the main source of his gimmick is as well, is there's a little lever right here on his big claw, and you can make his little claw go champa champa, and I think that's really fun. It's you know, the kind of caveat to that is it does, because it has this mechanism, mean that the claw looks kind of stupid when closed. It's not a terribly convincing claw because it just has this big, like, sort of bulbous section here sticking out. But you know, that's pretty accurate to the original toy, so hard to really fault this guy for that. He's got pretty standard, you know, Origins articulation. The head is on a ball joint here and can rotate all the way around. I think they're actually on two ball joints, right? I can't remember. It's like the two ball joint section here. It's been a while since I've gotten a new Origins figure, but has a really nice range of movement there. The typical shoulders that have that kind of sideways joint that you have to, like, you know, rotate out to the side to actually have it rotate at that angle, and then you can adjust it from there. And then, you know, out to the side like that. He's got a bicep swivel, as much as his big bulging biceps allow of a elbow bend there. About the same on either side, even though it's a slightly different sculpt on this side. On this side, he's got a wrist swivel, and then this joint here that goes side to side or up and down if you know, depending on how you have the claw oriented. Because I guess really, if you want them to be similar, then you'd have it like this, or have this claw rotated out to the side. But I think the best look is having this claw facing forward like that, and this one off to the side, even though it's not symmetrical, but you know, whatever, his claws aren't symmetrical anyway. And then on this side, he does have a swivel right there, and that's about it. And then obviously the chomping gimmick. He's got a waist cut, ball joints at the hips here that can go out to the side. Are they ball joints? Yeah, they're ball joints. He's got a thigh swivel at the knee. Typical, you know, just like 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. He's got that boot cut, which it doesn't look great, really, honestly, if it's not facing completely forward, but it's nice to have, like, little adjustments, because the feet can tilt forward and back, and then they have the typical Origins thing where when you actually rotate the angle, it also tilts it a little bit because the peg is at an angle. So that's where, you know, this can be helpful if you want him to, you know, have a bit of an ankle tilt, but still want his feet facing forward. You can do it like that. Although, you know, it does make his little shin spike kind of face in the wrong direction, but that's okay. But yeah, he comes with a nice weapon here, definitely referential to the original Clawful's weapon, his little weird sort of club thing here. And you can put that in his claw hand just like that. It's supposed to be like that. The back of the box shows it like that. I would think that it would make more sense like that. So this is actually like a guard, but you know, either way, looks pretty good. In terms of comparisons, here he is with Origins, He-Man, and Skeletor. So you can see what he looks like with the two main guys there. For the standard size comparison, here he is with a Deluxe Transformer, Deluxe Sideswipe from Kingdom. So you can see what they look like together size-wise. Here he is with Buzz-Off, who he actually shares quite a few parts with, and I'll get into that in a bit. And then last but not least, here he is with the Eternia Minis Clawful. You can see, looks very cool. I definitely like his his sculpted claw a lot better, but you know, that's kind of the point of Origins, is to have them be more accurate to the kind of dopey looking old toys, so hard to really fault him for that. But yeah, so in terms of his parts uses, he shares a lot of parts with Buzz-Off, some parts with He-Man. I mean, mostly, like, so head is obviously new, the claw arm, so elbow down, is new. The shoulders are the same kind of standard shoulders that are on a lot of them, like He-Man, and Buzz-Off also has those too. This entire lower arm is also Buzz-Off. The waist cut, or the waist piece here, is obviously He-Man's, but Buzz-Off uses that too. Everything from the waist down is the same as Buzz-Off, with the little, you know, insectoid claw feet there. And then if you take off his armor piece here, because that's pretty much his body is just the normal He-Man body, just like with this piece as an armor piece on top of it. So that works pretty well. But that is a part shared with He-Man. So, you know, pretty standard. A lot of the Origins figures have a lot of shared parts, and that's fine. Obviously, you can still do the thing that a lot of other Origins figures do, where you can take off the arms and then put them on other figures if you want to give He-Man here a claw arm there. That's kind of fun. It's a little weird, but kind of gives me vibes of, what's that movie? District 9, you know, where he kind of turns into a bug man, a prawn, over the course of the movie, and one of his arms is like a big claw arm. I think that's kind of cool, but really, I don't know. I don't get a ton of use out of that feature, but it is kind of a fun play feature for new people getting into the brand, or, you know, older collectors too. A lot of people like to do that, but I generally just put them on the shelf as is, but it's still a cool option nonetheless. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to them. You know, these Origins figures, they're pretty simple, all things considered, just kind of big updates to the original toy line. And I think that he looks really good. I love the gimmick, even if it makes his claw look a little bit dopey. And I love a lot of the detail on him, like the chest piece and the head, I think just really pop. He definitely looks like, you know, some of the Origins figures feel like, okay, yeah, these clearly are updated versions of old toys, and they look a little silly because of that. But he's one of the ones where, like, the original toy did look kind of menacing, so the updated version also looks pretty cool. Like, he just looks like a proper action figure. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to him. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And without further ado, here we have Masters of the Universe Origins Clawful.